Hey guys, I'm Josh Shrieff, I'm the Hustle Hacker. I'm back here with Jeb Colwell in part two of our music discussion. Now we'll be talking about your music career and finding out how you built that and kind of where you want to take that from here. So just give me a little background on your band and kind of your musical direction, your genre, kind of the whole thing.
Well, so I play in a band. We're called Colwell. It's comprised of my cousin Clayton Colwell and myself, and we've been singing and playing music together for years. And our music is built up around the way we can sing together, like duet style. So we our harmonies are watertight or airtight. I think that means the same thing.
Yeah,
right?
that's similar.
Air on the outside or air,
Okay.
whichever. But that's
yeah, we got
you know what I'm talking about, right?
Gotcha, yeah.
And our music, we grew up on 70s, classic 70s pop, 80s pop. So we have a sound that's very rooted in rock band, sort of an analog sound.
Okay.
And that's evolved over the years by necessity. We played in a band for years, and then we whittled ourselves down to playing in a duo, and then we played at some shows, and we discovered, oh wait, this little keyboard can create so much more than these 5 other musicians we've been playing with who we have to pay. And
Okay.
now we're trying to keep our costs low.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
we came up with some really cool, interesting music that we really loved, and which you know about, the Taxi song.
Yeah,
we talk
absolutely.
about, it opened up a new world for us. But
So what's
yeah.
interesting is we were talking about this. I had listened to a bunch of your music,
Yeah.
and you had a certain style that was more like a acoustic rock or just kind of laid back rock. And then this song that you're talking about, Taxi, when you kind of added some funky, I don't know, what's that instrument called that you? It was
it's around here somewhere. It's
okay, but we can just talk about
it's
it.
like it's basically it was a Casio tone
Okay.
keyboard
Okay.
that we acquired.
So real kind of like a
Yeah.
simple, small little keyboard
Yeah.
thing that it played kind of a funky sound. And so what was interesting is when I heard this song, it was very different than anything from your previous music and anything after that as well. And I liked both, but I love this song. And I think when you're trying to become a musician and get your sound out there, you can have a great sound, but if you kind of sound like other bands, you kind of get lost in the shuffle. The bands that get big or great get recognized for a certain sound, and they don't kind of jump around to sounds until they've made it big and kind of change it up, and they can upset their fans
Yeah.
by changing the sound. But they find a sound that really clicks and kind of has a unique flavor to it. And with yours, I found that it was kind of a vintage sound but modernized and kind of a high tempo. And I think that a lot of bands make a song and don't realize that they can take it in that direction. And you had mentioned to me that that was one of your most popular songs on when you perform. So tell me about that and that particular song.
Well, it was. I mean, I think what makes a song good is that it's, no matter how it's produced, is that it's crafted well. There's an interesting lyric, interesting melody, chord progression, and I think that's why that song ultimately works. But it's, you've heard both versions. We had one version that was the rock band, and that was a popular song among our fans, probably one of the most popular. And that I would say that that's on the merit of the songwriting. It's a good song. But then we changed it up and we did another version by necessity, because we were playing a wedding,
Okay.
and all we had, and our guests wanted to dance, and
Okay.
all we had was this little keyboard we brought along just to see what would happen, and we just riffed on the song on the keyboard, and people went wild. And these were fans who had known the song previously.
Ah.
We got hired to play this wedding because they were our fans,
Okay.
and so they knew the band version, and they heard this, and they went crazy.
Okay.
Because we were doing like a remix of our own thing. But then that turned into something more, and we started creating more songs in that genre.
Okay.
There's been a couple more.
Awesome. And I think it's funny. It's just like an invention where the thing falls in and it's like an accident, and it's just a beautiful accident, and something amazing comes out of that. And so that's really cool how that happened. And yeah, the same thing happened for me. I listened to the original, I liked it, but then I loved the remix and rendition, and I was like, I'd love to hear a whole album along these lines, in this kind of genre, in this kind of flavor. So I think that's an opportunity. Every artist has their opinion and what they want to do, and some artists want to keep it strictly art and do it that way. But in terms of commercial success or even local success, you kind of have to compromise. You have to find that middle ground between selling out and being pop and art, because art is going to be by nature different. It's going to be niche and it's going to hit certain people, but in order to kind of mainstream that and get more commercialized success, you kind of have that middle ground between art and more pop type feel. I mean, what do you think about that?
Well, I don't believe in. I think the only way an artist can sell out is by taking a corporate buyout or something. I don't know. It's like if you're not selling your soul for a profit. For example, if a corporation wanted to use my song in their commercial, if I'd be okay with it, because we all need to make a living.
Yeah.
But if I had something in my heart against what they're doing, and their product, then and I went through that, and I agreed to take their money, that's selling out.
Okay.
For me.
Yeah, absolutely. And that makes a lot of sense, and I didn't want to make it in the most derogatory sense, but if you're just, if you have a contract, you're making a lot of money with a corporate licensing your song, but that you can kind of separate from your music, right? You can do that and do your own band. So I'm more talking along the lines of how your own band's structured, and maybe sellout's not the right word, but more like the 3-chord progression of pop, right? So not trying to make anything unique and creative, but just kind of trying to make the most generic music you can because it's popular. So I think that's the more middle ground that I'm talking about, and trying to find something that has a unique flavor to it, has an art to it, has a unique sound, but kind of like stays within that and finds like, oh, this is an awesome song, and we're going to morph our whole album based on this song into a sound that is going to be appealing to more people and kind of build up that fan base. So what kind of gigs are you doing right now? What's the state of the band, and where are you trying to get bigger gigs? Are you more focused on the licensing? Where you take it from here?
Well, we certainly miss playing live, and playing live comes easy to us. We've been doing it for so long. We could rehearse for a week and go out and do something. There's a few venues in New York we love to play at. Just get a booking on the calendar and just prepare for it. But I would say that right now our focus has been to refine our recording process, and we have quite a library of songs that we're trying to find a home for, and a lot of our songs we see the potential in their commercial future. And I think one of the ways we want to expose our music to the world is through video, which is huge. A lot of people, including myself, when I'm searching for new music, I'll go to YouTube and I'll look for music that way, to stream something. And so that's an area we want to start exploring more. So I don't know, maybe our next album we'll release it online as a bunch of videos.
And actually, I like that a lot, and this is something I want to talk about sales-wise and advertising-wise, is video is going to be huge. I mean, we're already seeing Facebook pushing Facebook Live, Snapchat's come out, Instagram's now added video, so video is going to be huge in the next few years. It's going to be used for advertising and entertainment, and especially with music. If you look at the success of YouTube and all those music videos, when I'm on Facebook and I see a music video, I'm more likely to click on it than a SoundCloud link. Yeah. And I think a lot of people are as well. So I think even the YouTube videos with just an album cover or lyrics can get millions of hits for the song, because it's just the medium where people see the video and think to click rather than a click link for just the sound only, and that's something I want to talk about because your YouTube channel, you have a few things on there, but it's not really fully developed with all of your music.
Yeah.
Is that something you plan on doing in the future?
Yes, absolutely. As soon as I get my house clean,
Okay.
and do my laundry, and I clean the kitchen. The sign of a blocked artist is a clean house. You know about that?
No, I didn't.
Yeah.
Blocked, no. like writer's block, or
yeah, it's like writer's block.
Oh, because that's all you do. You have to do something
you're like,
else.
I gotta do something else.
Okay.
Yeah. No, but I would say a video is we're actually, we have all these songs that we've recorded that are pretty much in the bag. We're in the past years we've released them online on Bandcamp is one way we've and I think it's fine and it's super easy to put that stuff on Bandcamp and have that available if people want to download that stuff or listen to it. But when we write songs, we'll often, even in the studio, we'll discuss what would the song look like in a video. I don't know, maybe because we're the TV generation, but we have these grandiose video ideas for all of our songs. So we'll see. Maybe we'll put some out on YouTube soon.
Yeah. Absolutely, and we'll definitely link to your channel, and everyone can check out your music. Any final words to add, or any recommendations for musicians out there?
Well, actually, just as a side project on the Colwell Music Instagram site, I've started a series of mashups where I periodically will go into my living room and play a little keyboard, a little bit like the Casio tone,
okay.
and create some music along with a melodica while wearing my bathrobe.
Okay.
So that's my sort of I'm getting my foot wet, dipping my foot in the pool of a video through that right now.
Yeah, absolutely. Good idea.
Yeah. Other than that, thank you, Josh, for interviewing me.
Yeah, no problem. Great. Thanks for being with us, and stay tuned for more interviews, and check us out, and thanks for being with us, and hope you guys enjoyed it. Chicks for a change. Chicks for a change.